What's up, guys? Welcome back to see you out there. I'm out of breath again. This is Leadville 100-mile training vlog number 2, guys. So just kind of catch you up on April. April I logged after today. It's April 30th today. So after today, I'll have logged 140 miles this month and about 9,000 feet of climbing. Obviously that's not enough. We're about to start ramping up our volume, ramping up our climbing. So we're doing today, we're out climbing today. We're trying to get 6 miles in today with about 1,500 to 2,000 feet of climbing. Some fun stuff that happened. I'll throw some Strava data up here for you guys that are interested. Did do a couple really long runs. Nick and I, who's running the Leadville with me, he flew up with his wife Tabitha, and we did run the Salt Lake City Marathon. We ran that as a zone 2 effort just to try to get some zone 2 training in. 5 hours and 30 minutes. We both felt really strong. We tried some alternative food sources like burgers. We tried some English muffins with honey and peanut butter. Some applesauce, tried some different things later in the race, kind of see how our stomachs handled it. And again, that was really a zone 2 training run. It was a really good time, great marathon. Those of you who have not run Salt Lake City Marathon, I highly recommend it. It's about 900 feet of elevation gain total. Topographically, the run was downhill most of the way, so it was a really good run. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, training's going well. We're doing really good. We're starting to log miles. Like I said, we're at 140 miles this month. We need to get that up to probably 200 miles a month here in the next, I'm gonna say probably May. We need to be closer to 200 miles and then progress from there as we get closer to August. Training's going good, body feels good, no injuries, knees feel good, calves feel good. A lot of the body tightness is starting to go away. Stretching a little bit better, starting to do some of the things you're supposed to do. Dialing in the gear, dialing in the nutrition, really feeling good about this race, guys. So I'm gonna pick back up and start running a little bit. And once we get over here on the switchbacks, we'll do a little update, guys. So let's go do a little more running. All right, guys, welcome back. We're about 4 miles into this little training run. We're about 1,500 feet of climbing. Doing pretty good. Actually feel really well. There's some climbing points where my heart rate gets really high 160s, which I'm trying to learn to keep that down. I've been doing a lot of zone 2 training like I talked about earlier, trying to learn to keep my heart rate lower. I'm not quite sure how to do that while climbing some of this vert, but we'll get it all figured in. We got about 15 weeks, so training's going good. Like I said, we ran the Salt Lake City Marathon, zone 2. Ran an 18-miler Sunday. Following this really cool plan. It's called a SWAT plan. It's a 12-week plan that does some really fun things with running, with some speed intervals, with some climbing, some hill days, some hiking and stuff. So I'll show you a little screenshot of the training plan here. We're 15 weeks out. So I've kind of run through about the first 5 weeks of the training plan, and being 15 weeks out, I've backed back up. I'm gonna start back at week 1, follow the plan until about week 6, and then week 6 I'll repeat a few times right in the middle of the training cycle on some of the heavier volume weeks. That way I repeat those heavy volume weeks for a little bit, just to keep pounding it out. Training's going good, feel good. And on another note, we have assembled a dream team crewing this for Nick and I, guys. Unbelievable, the team that Jeremy Boudreau and Jason Apicino, good friends of mine, have put together for us. Some running friends, some ultra friends, some Ironman friends, and we'll be talking about those guys as we get into this, and we'll share their Strava accounts and social media accounts. You guys can follow them as they train and prepare to pace Nick and I at Leadville. Amazing team. It's incredible how the ultra community kind of comes together. You know, Nick and I decided to do this. Our wives volunteered to take care of us and keep us safe, and then bam, out of nowhere, the community surrounded us, and we've got an amazing team of professionals following us up to Colorado, their own time, their own money. Unbelievable. I don't know what to say and how to say thank you to these guys enough, but Yeah, we've got an amazing team going to Colorado in August to run this damn thing, guys. So let me get back to running. I got a couple more miles and we'll chat again here in a few minutes. At the end of this, I'm gonna kind of talk about what I'm training in right now, equipment-wise, trekking poles, running vests, hydration, nutrition, shoes, those type of things. And then socks, especially if you're not wearing Injinji toe socks. I'm not sure what you're doing. But we'll talk a little bit about equipment at the end of this, and then we'll close the video out. But let me get finished running. I got to get about 600 more feet of climbing, another mile or two. We'll check in with a few minutes. Yo. So run's complete, really good effort today. Ended up getting 8 miles and right at 1,900 feet of climbing. For a Tuesday effort, I'm very pleased with that. My average pace was about 17 minutes. 1,900 foot's a lot of climbing at 8 miles. Majority of that was probably around a 5-mile range, running from my house to the hills, between some of the hills and back. So probably 1,900 foot of climbing was probably captured up in about 5.5 to 6 miles. So I'm really happy with that. Being a flatlander, moving to the hills and trying to learn hills and maintain a good heart rate, maintain a decent pace, get ready for Leadville. I'm very, very pleased with that effort. So each one of these training vlogs we're gonna do, I'm gonna start talking about a piece of equipment I'm using, something that I'm enjoying, or an area that I'm in flux and not quite decided on what I wanna wear for Leadville. Today we're gonna talk about shoes. I'm thinking of a 2-shoe strategy for the 100-mile race. And I'm going to explain to you why. A lot of Leadville is not technical trails. It's not difficult trails. A lot of it's flat dirt roads, a lot of gravel, pretty well maintained trails. So I don't know that I need a technical shoe for the whole race. So what I'm thinking is a 2-shoe strategy. I'm thinking more of a road type shoe for start line to Twin Lakes. I'm thinking of making a sock and a shoe change there, which is around 35, 36 miles. And I'm thinking of a different shoe for climbing Hope Pass to Winfield and then back over Hope Pass to Twin Lakes to miles 64, 65, whatever it is. And then a road shoe all the way in, something I'm very comfortable with. I don't know if this is the right strategy. This is just kind of what I'm running around in my head right now, what I'm thinking of doing. The shoe that I'm liking the best right now is the Brooks Ghost 15. I've been running in the 14s for a long time. I'm familiar with the Brooks shoe. I am unfortunately a heel striker, and through years of trying to move from being a heel striker to more of a midfoot or a toe striker, it's not working. I'm a heel striker, it is what it is. The higher heel drop in these Brooks Ghost help me propel forward and run better. I don't get a lot of knee pain like you would expect. They're comfortable for me. I enjoy the shoe, and what I've noticed with this Brooks Ghost 15 is there's a little bit more aggressive tread than you would typically see in a street shoe. With that little more aggressive tread and how much I'm liking these shoes, I'm thinking Brooks Ghost 15 or something very similar is probably gonna be my shoe for start line to Twin Lakes, change into a trail shoe that we'll figure out here in the next couple months, and then back into something like this on the way in. The toe box is very roomy in this Ghost 15. My feet can expand, there's no issues, there's a lot of great ventilation. I know there are a couple water crossings. That's something I am kind of worried about. These are very cushiony around the ankle. I don't know how that's gonna hold water or remove water if I have to get my feet wet. But I ran the Salt Lake City Marathon in these. I've done a couple longer efforts, 15, 18, 20-mile efforts in these shoes, and I really enjoy them. No blisters, no hot spots, no rubbing, no excessive knee fatigue, nothing like that you would expect, like I said, with a higher heel drop. So right now, unless something miraculous happens between now and August, I'm thinking Brooks Ghost 15 all the way to Twin Lakes. I'm looking at a couple Brooks trail shoes. I tend to lean towards Brooks. I've tried some different shoes. I've tried some Solomons. I've tried some some New Balance. I've tried a couple different trail shoes. I really like the shoes, but I'm not 100% sure if they're for me for climbing Hope. I'm looking at Brooks Catamounts 3s, and then there's a Brooks Cascadia that's out. The Brooks Cascadia is a high stack shoe, which I'm not 100% sure I'll like, but I'm running right now in a couple pair of trail shoes. We'll talk about those on the next training vlog, but right now, Brooks Ghost 15. Unless something happens between now and August 17th of this year, this is probably going to be my primary shoe for Leadville 100. Any of you guys that have got any experience with this shoe, add a longer effort like a 100 miler, a 50 miler, y'all get down in the comments and let me know what you're thinking. But so far, really digging this shoe, really enjoying it for this event. Like I said, each training vlog, we'll talk about a different piece of equipment. We'll talk about trail shoes, we'll talk about watch, we'll talk about a running vest, we'll talk about trekking poles. And a lot of this is first time me ever trying this stuff, guys. So I really am gonna count on the community, the ultra running community's help here. If you see me doing something wrong, or you see me headed down a path that you know is not the right way, drop me a comment and let me know. I'm not an arrogant person. I don't know everything, and definitely don't know everything about running 100-mile distances. 38 miles is the furthest I've ever been. So I do plan to extend that longest run between now and August, but please get down there and help me. Share your experiences, share your advice with me, share what you found out. Keep in mind on shoe options, I do not run well in lower heel drop shoes. I really want to run Hoka Speed Goats or something like that, but that 4mm, 5mm drop, I don't work well with it. I'm trying to work some lower heel drop shoes into my rotation to try to develop the leg muscles to be able to run in those. But like I said, I'm a heel striker, and I find that those lower heel drops and those softer soled shoes, I tend to run back on my heels and I feel like I'm running in wet sand. So if you are recommending shoes, keep in mind I'm a horrible formed runner. I am a heel striker. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this training vlog. Appreciate it. Moving forward into the coming weeks, we're starting to elevate our training miles. We're starting to get our miles up, starting to get our volume up. During April, which just ended, today is May 1st. During April, we ran 134 miles and we climbed almost 10,000 feet. So I know 134 miles in a month isn't quite where we need to be, but I'm trying to ramp up slowly so that I don't injure myself. I am 48 years old. I don't think I could go from 100 miles a month to 300 miles a month and not sustain an injury. So I'm trying to increase that incrementally. This month I plan to get around 150 miles, maybe 160 miles this month of May. Body feels good. I have no pain anywhere. I really feel solid. I really feel healthy. I'm starting to see the effects of this zone 2 training. My heart rate's starting to decrease. The perceived effort's starting to decrease. There are a lot of hills where I live here in Alpine, Utah. So I'm getting a lot of hill training in. And some of my good buddies that I travel with for work are some very fast runners, Jeremy Boudreau and Jason Appuccino. Those boys can run. So I'm running with them on work trips, and they run 8-minute miles pretty easily. They'll run a 9.5-minute mile with me to slow down. So I'm getting some speed training in, I'm getting my volume in, I'm increasing volume, I'm getting my hill work in. One thing I do need to do better is cross training. I think I need to do some sort of a weight program for core. I do find I get some pain in my lower abdomen after long runs. I think it's just because I've got a weak midsection, but we'll fix that between now and August too, guys. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate all of the support. This video series I know is kind of off base for what we do on this channel, but this is really for me and Corey to document this special event for us. This is a dream come true. There's not a lot of things in life that scare me, but Leadville 100 scares the ever-living crap out of me. I am scared to death of this event. I'm scared to death of this distance. I'm having nightmares about Hope Pass. So this thing is getting all my respect, and this video series, this vlog series is really for me and Corey to be able to look back and remember prepping for this historic event. And then we're obviously going to make a full video out of the race itself. I'll carry a GoPro on the trail, and the crew will have some cameras, and it may not be a Billy Lang video, but I guarantee you it's going to be good to watch and follow. So thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you guys following along as we prepare for Leadville 100, and as usual, we'll see you out there. Pedal, babe?
Yeah. Prettiest one I've ever gotten. A little flower on it.
Another race down, gang.